Hello, parents. This is Dr. JJ with Pinnacle Chiropractic, and I hope you all are having an awesome day. I want you all to take a second and imagine every single time your child is around some other child who even slightly has a cold or is battling a cold, has the sniffles, seasonal allergies, or even someone else that may be remotely almost sick. Boom, your child gets nasal congestion instantly. Well, for many families, this isn't an imaginary story. It's real life. It's everyday life. And when you consider how many things can trigger nasal congestion and stuffy nose, and you combine that with the factors that first cause and create all of these problems in both kids and adults, you'll see why the action steps for natural solutions we talk and we grow through are so desirable and are in high demand for countless families. So maybe you're a parent that feels like you're stuck in this cycle of immune challenges in between interactions, daycare, you name it. If you are questioning where is it coming from, and you're probably trying the neti pot, the dehumidifier, and the little nose sucker thing that all parents enjoy way too much. So you're trying everything and congestion keeps on coming back. Well, we want to, and I want you to know, to help parents better understand the causes of nasal congestion and help find the right options to do it naturally. And while seasonal allergies and other illnesses are common, culprits are several triggers. There are several triggers that can cause nasal congestion, including, and not limited to, of course, environmental factors, medications, and hormonal changes. So, considering all those three, we'll cover it all to get your family some relief and free up those sinuses without all the nasty short-term side effects that you find in medications and drugs. So, nasal congestion is often the starting point for many immune challenged kiddos. We have a lot of kiddos that come in that are immune challenged, and we have one patient in particular that I saw, and whenever he first started to see us, mom reported recent nasal congestion, and it was always met with the, oh no, here we go again. And if you have an immune challenged kiddo, you know exactly what that feels like and what it's like. And she said she would continue on and say it's eventually going to go to the throat, to the lungs, and then to the gut, and it's going to be a whole 2-week process of fighting. That includes sleepless nights, missing school, and for this mom, it was missing work. So that would just be to get his immune system back on track and be normal. And that is why conquering congestion matters so much, because stopping the cycle of sickness from the top down and out. So the enteric nervous system, the ENT, that is the nervous system which controls your immune system essentially. It's the part of the nervous system that controls your nervous system. And that is what we work with directly here at our office and are concerned with. So while traditional approaches will always blame outside factors and invaders such as pollen, cold viruses, nasal congestion, common colds, and really sickness and illnesses of any kind, here at Pinnacle, we take a different approach, and we look at things from inside out. So looking at you as an individual as a cohesive organism that is designed to be healthy, we look at you first and see how can we support you and empower every patient, no matter how big and small, in order to have optimal health without outside medications and drugs. So nearly every single child or adult struggling with nasal congestion in our practice, we found the same culprit again and again, and it's one word. It's 3 syllables, subluxation. Oh, that's 4 syllables, but subluxation is the name of the game, and that's what we're going to take care of here at our office. And while nasal congestion and allergies and the common cold are terms used within every household and every household is familiar with, it's likely the 4-syllable word subluxation which is a new term to you. So simply put, subluxation means tension, stress, and congestion. And subluxation, for subluxation to be present, there's three elements that need to be there. Number one, there has to be misalignment of joints and structures. So this can be within the spine, or even within the cranial bones and the facial bones. And that's something that we work with a lot of the time too. And number two is reduced range of motion. So the ability for those muscles and the spine to move normally from side to side, up and down, you name it. And the last thing, there has to be a neurological interference component. And we would directly measure that here at our office with our Insight subluxation station. And that really tells us if there's inflammation in the nervous system, if there's tension in the nervous system, and how the body is adapting to that stress. So each of those three factors in turn contributes greatly to nasal congestion: misalignment, reduced range of motion, and neurological interference. They all contribute to it, because misalignments can literally close off and limit available space for mucus and fluid to move through the proper process of exiting the body. Number two, reduced range of motion and fixation present a difficulty for mucus to flow throughout the lymphatic system, and that they can't be moved along as they should throughout that system appropriately. And the last thing is neurological imbalance, so aka dysautonomia. It creates more neuromuscular constriction and tension, and also leaves the body in a sympathetic dominant state. And that's one thing that our Insight subluxation station tells us is your son or daughter or you more in a sympathetic dominant state, which is fight or flight, or more in a rest and digest, which is, hey, you're ready to heal, and you might just need a little bit of a adjustment to help along the process versus a more intense course of things. So pretty much when we're looking at that point, that's the biggest component, is the neurological component, and that is when your body is in a pro-inflammatory state as well. So that would be increasing mucus production, and then in turn weakening the immune system, because it's essentially strung out, if you will. So if you are a parent that has a child that's been dealing with and experiencing nasal congestion, and it's likely, if you're listening to this video, you've probably exhausted all the at-home and medical treatment options for it. Things like I said, the neti pot, don't do it like that, nasal aspirator, and the nose Frida. Those are things that we hear a lot in the office that they've tried, and it doesn't tackle the root cause. That's the problem. So all those things, they just provide temporary relief and lack addressing the root cause, and that's what we will do here, is attack that root cause of the nasal congestion. So from there, a lot of the times people go from the neti pot to the dehumidifier to the nose Frida to more powerful medications like decongestants, antihistamines, corticosteroids, and other over-the-counter or prescribed by a physician, things like that. They do not address the root cause either. And a lot of times they come with plenty of side effects. So when you're taking those things, it's just creating a bigger imbalance in the long run versus tackling the root cause. And that is why today millions of parents and a lot of the parents in our office turned to neurologically focused chiropractic care and adjustments to help address the root cause and subluxation head on. No pun intended, because in your head you have sinuses, right? No. But head on, to stimulate and improve sinus, throat, and chest congestion naturally through drainage and through reducing tension and inflammation that is housed in the nervous system via subluxation. And not only do our adjustments help drain the sinuses and reduce congestion in the short term, but they actually look to build and strengthen the immune system over time, leading to stronger and more robust immune system response for your child down the road, which is just gets better and better essentially. And if this is something that you know a parent that is dealing with, or something that you're dealing with, or your child's dealing with, of course, then we would love you to help you stop this cycle in its path, attack the root cause. And the first step is addressing that subluxation, and that will help stop the cycle of sickness from ever even starting. So if you want to stop the cycle from starting, come see a neurologically based chiropractor. If you're seeing this video and you're not in the Sarasota, Bradenton area, please let us know. We'll help you find someone to address the cause. Peace and love, you all. Dr. JJ out.